Welcome to Apartment Syndication Made Easy podcast, where we simplify the world of syndication. Join us as we unravel the complexities and provide you with valuable insights to help you invest smartly. Get ready to take your investments to the next level, one episode at a time. Here's your host, Mr. Vinnie Smiles Chopra.
Hi there, guys. This is Vinnie Chopra again. I hope you're liking my two shows, live shows that go into 16 different social channels live on Thursday morning, Abundance Mindset with Vinnie Chopra, and also on Friday, Vinny and Bo show with my co-host, Bo Eckstein. And on Thursday, it's Walter Amarello. And then also, this is the sequel to my podcast that my team is putting out almost, I think, every day now. You're able to see some really great nuggets. So please like us, give us 5-star reviews, and pass on to other people who can really. That's the first book I wrote. The second one, profitability book, is right there. And then my third one is almost ready, Senior Living Investing Made Easy. So that is going to be the third one, which is coming out. So thanks again. I've got a great guest today. Joe is hanging out with me today from Kansas City. Joe Sullivan. Hi, Joe. How are you, bro?
I'm doing excellent, Vinny. Yeah, thank you for having me.
Oh, you bet. You bet. A little bit about Joe. Let me go ahead and say he lives in, Kansas City, like I said, with his lovely wife, Tanya, and their 4 daughters. And Joe found the passion for multifamily after his coach and now partner encouraged him to push past his limiting beliefs. So today we're going to talk a lot about limiting beliefs, which are really keeping us away from the great opportunities in commercial real estate. And his why is to leave a legacy for generations to come in his family. So that's the big thing I find, freedom for our family. That's why we work very, very hard. Joe is also a co-host of Kansas City, KC Multifamily and More, which is a real estate networking group. So welcome so much, really, Joe, for coming on. And tell us more. Did you grow up in Kansas City or how?
Yeah, Vinny, I grew up in Kansas City. I've been here most of my life. I have moved a little bit with my wife. We lived in California.
Oh, and, where? That's where I am, bro.
Yeah, we lived in Fairfield for a few years.
I know a Fairfield, yeah. Back of my hand. Vallejo, Fairfield, Vacaville, Sacramento. I live right here in Danville, California. We've been living over 30 years. Now we live in the Blackhawk Country Club, which is a beautiful area.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. We had relocated with the company I'd worked for my past life when I had a W-2. So relocated with them for a little bit.
Oh, wonderful. So from Fairfield, you grew up there then? Went to Fairfield High or something? Or
no, I actually just moved there for work. So just lived there for a few years.
Okay.
And then in Colorado for a few years. And Kansas City is home. I've been here most of my life.
Oh my gosh. I know we were discussing before the show that, I'm coming there possibly soon because we'll be looking at senior assisted living quite a bit, maybe buying some over there in St. Louis and all that area. Like I'm in Florida right now, in Virginia, all those places. But let me ask you a question. You talked about limiting beliefs. So take me back, as you were stepping away from W-2 job, are you still doing W-2 and real estate or no? Yeah.
No, a full-time multifamily investor now.
Okay.
Yeah.
So take us back, if you would. I think our audience there are a lot of people following me, my channels, learning, right? The skills. The other part is limiting beliefs, the attitudinal shift that we need to make it happen for us. So how did it happen for you? Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah. So I had huge limiting beliefs when I started investing in real estate. And that's why I started small with single families and duplexes, because I just didn't think that I could do bigger. And so what I did was I joined a educational group, like a mastermind group.
Yeah.
And I surrounded myself with people who have done what I wanted to do. Mm-hmm. There were several steps ahead of me. So I got in that group, and really by being around them and seeing them and networking with them, seeing that they have done, they've bought, 100 units, 200 units, 300 unit properties. It started to help me realize that, they were where I was 2 or 3 years ago.
Exactly.
So it was just a really great experience. And they encouraged me, to go bigger, frankly. And then I was able to partner with some of them. And, so I had a coach and mentors, and then just a peer group that helped push me into, to bigger assets.
These are very gold nuggets, what you're talking about, really, Joe, because a lot of times it's the ambience, it's the company that we are in that really propels you. Like, I didn't know anything about real estate ever. We've been married 43 years this year. We moved to Bay Area, that 1980, and my friends had real estate. What? So when they start, we meet, they talk about real estate. I said, oh my God, we need to get into single family. That's what you did too, and then duplex and then multiplex. And now, so this is exciting. So you started in C minus, or because raising money is the other part, right?
Yes. Yeah. So when I started with the single families and the duplexes with mostly my own money, and I had a partner on a few of them, and then went into a little bit larger with 4 or 5 partners, so like 40 units, and like you said, they were C class. Or C minus in some cases. Yes. And then, now we're kind of evolving into more I like B class and B plus. So that's kind of been the evolution over the last few years.
For sure. No, thank you, Joe. And, again, we always say that let's get a, C minus, let's say, in a B minus neighborhood. Yeah, that way, it can command bigger and better after renovations, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah. So did you buy in your backyard first, or take us through that? How did you decide on some target markets, emerging markets, let's say?
Yeah. So I went through the whole exercise. Originally I bought in my backyard because that's all I knew. But then I joined the group with people who are buying outside of their backyard. And it kind of opened my eyes that there's opportunity to do that. But I had, fortunately I had a coach, and he said I should really lean into my, my superpower, basically my strength, which is being boots on the ground, boots on the ground for out-of-state investors. So, so I decided to, because I looked at other markets, and I decided to stay in Kansas City because it really is a great market. A lot of really good things happening here. So I'm focusing on Kansas City with a couple of partners. We have bought in a couple other Midwest markets, but have not, we have not expanded into, the Sun Belt or anything like that yet.
Hi, you are listening to Syndication Made Easy podcast. We will be right back after this short break.
Hi, thank you so much. This is Vinnie Chopra, and thank you for subscribing to my podcast and YouTube channel and Facebook pages and all the great things, and LinkedIn. Connect with me. I come live to you every Friday at 9 Pacific with Vinny and Bo show. Please also look at that. And also the podcast, which is my Apartment Syndication Made Easy. The book I wrote a couple of years back became international top seller on Amazon International now. And then we like to bring great guests for you every week or twice a week sometime to give you a lot of great knowledge. So please subscribe. You give us 5-star reviews on the iTunes. The better the guests we can, bring, and our ranking will go higher also. Thanks again for following us and really getting the most out of it. Please comment, like, share, because we would love to bring better and better material for you. I see. You just reminded me about my good friend David Green, who is he's the one on Bigger Pockets. He wrote that book. working outside your state. That's what I am, by the way. We own a lot in California, but we sold it all, single families and all. We own just our own. But moving to the nice emerging markets, and like you said, Kansas City right there, why not? Why not? This way you could go there, feel it out, and meet with the brokers, getting some good off-market deals. I talk about napkin listing in my book, because it's good to just grab that. And now let me ask you a question. How is this 2023? What are you hearing? I know we are hearing a lot of economic downturns and foreclosures. What's your perspective on that?
I'm hearing the same thing. Hearing a lot of doom and gloom, a lot of negativity.
Yeah.
I haven't seen it here in the Midwest.
Yeah.
As much. I know that on the East and West Coast, there are people experiencing
lot bigger. Yeah.
It has not really come here. I tell you, I went to a restaurant for my daughter's birthday 2 weeks ago, and there was an hour and a half wait. So on a Tuesday night. So there's definitely it still hasn't come to the Midwest yet. I haven't experienced it. I'm sure we'll have some impact, but we just don't get hit as hard when there's downturn. It just doesn't hit us as hard. So that's part of the reason we like the Midwest, is because in Kansas City is because it is insulated to an extent from some of that.
I love it. No, that's awesome to have in the backyard an emerging market, a strong market. How about the, jobs and all that? So are there some more jobs coming? I know I've not followed Kansas City that much. I've looked at Huntsville, Alabama and all, as tertiary markets. Mostly I've been in Texas, of course, Georgia, Tennessee a little bit, and then Florida and all Williamsburg. But share with us, with the audience, maybe, what are some big things why Kansas City is a good market?
Great. Yeah, I'm going to share all of my secrets.
Well, a lot of people know all the secrets.
It's not a secret.
Yeah, it's not a secret.
I'm kidding. Don't let any of my competitors hear this. But no, so other than the Kansas City Chiefs winning the Super Bowl,
oh my God, congratulations. I should have said that last night. I thought about congratulating you. I forgot. What a game. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it was a great game. Yeah. So the NFL draft is coming to Kansas City, which is big. There's a new airport that actually the opening day, or the first day, is the 28th, so the last day of the month. So 1 week from now, there's a new airport. There's $1.5 billion airport. So a huge investment into the community. Around the airport, Google, Facebook specifically has bought a lot of land. And they are into Amazon as well. And they're building out there. So they've seen the growth too.
Yes.
On the Kansas side, so Kansas City is split in half, Kansas and Missouri. On the Kansas side, Panasonic is just broken ground on a $4 billion battery plant.
Oh, really? With the electrical batteries plant.
Yeah, EV.
Panasonic. Yep. Just like a competition of Tesla, then Tesla batteries.
Yep. So it's under construction already. They broke ground. It's the largest private development in the state. The history of the state. It'll bring between 4,000 and 5,000 jobs to that area.
Very nice. Very nice. No, this is exciting. Thanks so much for sharing. Let me kind of take you to your systems, right? I mean, as you start a business, right, you want to formulate systems of getting investors, educating them, of course, the brokers, the deal flow, underwriting and all, right? So do you have like partnership of 2 people or 3 or 4, or how do you come up with?
There's 4 of us total.
Okay.
So everybody has their role. Somebody is in charge of investor relations.
Great.
Somebody's in charge of deal flow and, underwriting, broker relations, and off, sometimes off market.
Yeah.
And then we have asset management.
Beautiful.
So everybody's got their role. And yeah, I mean, we all help out and
each other. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So do you do it with Zoom, or your partners local, or you mostly do it on Zoom, right?
It's mostly on Zoom. I'm the only one in Kansas City. Everybody else is in New York or Florida.
Gotcha. Oh, no, I think Zoom or Skype or GoToMeetings, I mean, they have brought us together. I know I've been, I love meeting with, in the comfort of our home and office, and also comfort of other people's home. They don't have to drive and fly and all that, stuff like that.
Of course, yeah.
So what could be something which you're looking into the future? So if you had to do it over again, what would you say some changes you would have made?
Oh boy, that's a really good question. I probably would have gone bigger sooner, larger assets. The smaller ones are just more challenging for management, operationally. So they're definitely good deals.
Yes.
You can make some good money on those deals, but they're definitely more management intensive.
Yeah. Yep. And the returns are proportional to their, smaller. No, I can relate to that, what you're saying, Joe. When I started raising money, I mean, now I raise 10 million in a day, but that took time. That took a lot of time. But going from a duplex, we still own it in Odessa, Texas. That was the start. And now I'm pushing almost 800 million, close to $1 billion in my portfolio. I know
that's
some
amazing.
people don't know that. We're just a boutique company. My daughter, myself, and my wife, we own. And I've been on 40 syndications as loan, my own general partner and all. So that way, not to boast or anything, but it really helps a lot to get into bigger, investor raising more money. Because what limits us from a smaller asset, C- to a B+, and like I just bought, $63 million deal at the Med Center in Houston with my partner. I raised half, they raised half. So we did 50-50, but it's worth it because then the numbers are bigger. Like you said, it's easier to manage, isn't it?
It's very much so easier to manage. Yes, absolutely.
So much easier, because if you're looking at percentages of the expenses of a smaller revenue, then you could just have less, leeway. And if there is a bigger revenue on the top, then some forgiveness comes, when you're able to pay out those expenses and all that. You bet.
Absolutely. Yeah,
for sure. How about what kind of books or podcasts, I mean, do you have like a routine which you could share with the audience, which has really made you successful and things like that? Yeah.
Yeah, I have a morning routine that's been pretty good for me. And what I do, so it actually starts at night. So before I go to bed, I write down 3 wins for the day. So reflecting on the day, how it went, to make sure I got to try to pat myself on the back from some, doing some good things.
Yes.
And then I write 3 things I'm grateful for.
Oh yeah.
So oftentimes it's family and the beautiful house I'm in, and those kind of things, the weather.
Yeah.
And then I write down the 3 most important things I'm going to do the next day.
Oh my God.
So no matter what.
3 and 3. So repeat that again. This is amazing. I hope everybody watching us and listening to us, please catch that. This is amazing. See, nobody's going to come and pat you. I have always felt that, in my previous life in motivation speaking, I used to see my boss once a year, literally, and so you have to reward yourself. Because then subconscious, one wants to do more in your conscious and the habits, and that makes it. Say that again. So 3 every night, you talk about what happened the best that day.
Yep. So the first, right. So I write down 3 wins. So it can be anything. It can be a good meal with my family. It can be very simple.
Yep.
Or it can be something very big, like signed an LOI. So it could be, with 3 wins every day.
Yep.
And then write down 3 things I'm grateful for.
Yes.
Every day. And then the last thing is I write the 3 most important things I'm going to do the next day.
Next day.
So and they always tie to my goals. So if I have, my big goals for the year, I have like 3 or 4 that are big ones that are my most important. And the 3 most important things I'm going to do the next day are always somehow related back to my goals that will help move the needle to accomplish those goals.
I love that. The move the needle is my phrase. I also talk a lot about, brother, because, every day. Oh my gosh, I just ordered this one. Love to. I've been kind of sharing it in my podcast also. Our glass, it's like our life. So in other words, this is the future. This is the past right down here, but the present is right there in the neck. And a lot of times, most of us spend so much time in the past to clobber our mind for the inefficiencies and the wrong things we did, or we didn't do it, or we, passed on the opportunities. We spend so much negativism comes from here. We should make it as positive as we can. And a lot of us dream and think about this future, but all what really matters, moving the needle, like you just said, Joe, is right here, brother, right here.
That's right.
It's right in the neck. We should be in the moment, making each and every moment count for everybody around us and our companies, our vision, all those great things, So that's something I've been kind of incorporating in my, Zoom meetings also, because I'm now into 19 companies, different businesses, cybersecurities and metaverses and NFTs and AIs and QuickBooks. I mean, this is Scarlet Books and then real estate on the net and you name it. Vinnie feels like, it's the magic of telling your mind lot more can be done by the mind, by the body, by the soul, So, no, it's such a great joy to hang around with you. How can people reach you? Thanks for giving great nuggets, so many great nuggets.
Yeah, I'll leave my email. It's joe@joeydts.com.
Okay. Yes.
Or my phone number is 316-209-3137. I might regret that, but
no, I know. Sometimes I've given my phone number and I get text. Please do text Joe first, because I know in my case also, I never pick up phones unless they are in my contact. 10,000 contacts I have in my iPhone now. Over the years, But the thing is, thanks again for coming on the show, Joe. It was amazing. And God bless you. And with all the success to you, brother, and all your partners. And, I really appreciate your hanging out with me today and giving so much great knowledge to the people who will be watching this and so on. Thank you so much.
Yeah, appreciate you. Thank you, Vinny.
Thank you so much, brother. Thank you again, for joining Vinnie Chopra this week on this podcast. And please subscribe, share, give comments, and give 5-star rating if you can on iTunes, because that really helps a lot for us to bring great guests. And also iTunes raises our rankings up. And I hope you have been very happy with Vinnie Chopra and team, who are able to bring great information. If you would like to invest with us, please go ahead and go to vinnychopra.com/invest. Thanks again. God bless you.